will force her to stand trial. Amy Moreno for Truth Feed reports that the largest Democrat super PAC, named Priorities USA, has to date spent a total of $102 million fighting Republicans. $102 million. Now, as you know, it is illegal for a campaign and a super PAC to collude on any level. Well, now, Moreno uncovered through some of the astute investigators who are poring over the WikiLeaks, one of the biggest Democrat donors, whose name is Avi Glazer. Yes, one of the largest donors to the Hillary Victory Fund, which she writes is a slush fund where donors dump piles of cash that get contributed and distributed to campaigns, including the DNC. Now, in email number 17720, okay, write that down, 17720, the email was from Sarah Latham, who is the chief of staff to the chairman, and she sent the email to the campaign chairman, John Podesta, on December 17th of 2015. Now, it was a simple cryptic reminder email, but in it admitted the collusion between the super PAC and the campaign. One sentence, that's all it takes to do Hillary Clinton in. HRC, all right, HRC, this is the exact wording of the email. HRC stands for Hillary Rodham Clinton. HRC priorities meeting on Monday is with Avi Glazer, both priorities, and HVF. Okay? Now, Hillary Clinton is having a priorities meeting on Monday with a huge donor with Priorities, PAC, and the Hillary Victory Fund. That is a sentence there that proves not just the collusion at some sort of sub-level, but that Hillary herself is colluding with the super PACs right there. And that was a reminder to Podesta from his chief of staff to remind Hillary, hey, she's got a meeting on Monday with the super PACs. So this is 100%. This is all the evidence that you need to prove that a crime was committed. FEC laws were violated. Now the big question is, who in Congress is going to wake up and make Clinton, Podesta, and Latham testify before the Federal Election Commission? This is a high crime. This is what they all talk about. Time to get money out of politics. Yeah. I love when I hear Hillary go on her little debates and she says, we need to go against Citizens United. Oh, yeah? Do you know who's benefiting the most from Citizens United? Holy cow, all of her super PAC buddies. I mean, Citizens United was the greatest thing to ever happen to corrupt politicians in the history of campaigns. So when she says she wants to go against Citizens United, she's just speaking to some, populist outrage on Citizens United. In her private stances, oh yeah, I love Citizens United because we can secretly coordinate with them as a hit squad to fight against Republicans. As I mentioned at the beginning of this report, what, $104 million? Most of that was Soros money. And this is all public information. You can go to opensecrets.com and you can plug it in, type it in. Priorities Super PAC. You can find all their expenditures. You can find out who their top donors are. The Soros people are like the top, okay? Soros, brothers, organizations, all of them dumping fat millions and millions of dollars into this PAC that has now been caught coordinating with the campaign through this email. Once again, I'll remind you, the email is number 17720. So look it up. That is the email number in the latest WikiLeaks dump proving the collusion between the campaigns and the super PAC. Again, it's up to, we're bringing you this information. We're hoping that a responsible congressman or senator will see this information and it'll be added to the list of the crimes, because we know there are FEC laws being violated and FEC filings against the Clintons now actually being filed. So this is all good news. We'll keep tabs on this for you, What are your thoughts? Comment below. Subscribe for updates if you like what we're doing here at the Next News Network. Give us a thumbs up, and please share this report on your social networks. Share this report.
1,000 new emails dumped today alone, and at least one of them already making headlines. What a top campaign official allegedly said about Latinos. And look at this tonight. Images coming in from Ohio. Early voting began today in that key battleground, and voters were lined up. These pictures from Cincinnati alone. ABC's Cecilia Vega in Colorado tonight, where the Clinton team is responding to the WikiLeaks emails, now saying the FBI is investigating who's behind this.
They started lining up to vote in Ohio today. Stacks of ballots ready to go in Florida. In nearly half of the country, voting is already underway. Hillary Clinton driving that message home in Colorado.
And you know, your vote can make all the difference.
The stakes so high, Clinton telling the New York Times, "I'm the last thing standing between you and the apocalypse." Her team now trying to find its footing after WikiLeaks released thousands of campaign chairman John Podesta's hacked emails. Nearly 1,200 today alone, exposing the inner workings of the Clinton campaign. ABC News has not authenticated these emails. Trump today pouncing.
The WikiLeaks emails show that Hillary Clinton's staff even has to give her secret notes on when she needs to smile. Smile, Hillary, smile.
In one email, Podesta urges Clinton to reach out to 3 prominent Latino politicians, including former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, saying, quote, "needy Latinos and one easy call." Podesta blaming the Russians, saying they are conspiring to help Trump. The FBI now investigating. Vladimir Putin today
Почему-то об этом никто не говорит.
asking, is it really that important who did it? It's important what is inside of this information. Trump brushing off the attacks.
You ever notice anything that goes wrong, they blame Russia? Well, Russia did it. They have no idea. And then they say Donald Trump is friends with Putin. I don't know Putin, folks, I promise. I don't know Putin.
But he recently questioned whether there were even any hacks to begin with.
Maybe there is no hacking.
And Cecilia Vega live in Colorado tonight. And there was another headline today, Cecilia. We've seen in recent days Hillary Clinton embracing her 30-year record, even during the debate there. Tonight, Trump surrogate Rudy Giuliani with a question about where Clinton was during a key moment.
Yeah, David, Rudy Giuliani said today that Hillary Clinton has said that she was at Ground Zero on 9/11 and that he doesn't remember her there on the day of the attacks. Critics were quick to pounce, pulling up photos just like this one that show the two of them together at Ground Zero. Now, these photos were taken the day after the attacks. On the day of the attacks, it is widely known that Hillary Clinton was in Washington as a U.S. Senator at the time. It does not appear, David, that she has ever publicly said that she was at Ground Zero on 9/11.
Cecilia Vega with us tonight. Cecilia, thank you.
The newest WikiLeaks email dump may leave a sour taste in the mouths of voters. The newest release of emails from Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman John Podesta shows the Clinton campaign lashing out at many groups, including the Democratic Party. Fox News chief national correspondent Ed Henry has the story.
Hillary Clinton campaigns publicly on a theme of stronger together.
I am reminded of what my friend Michelle Obama advised us all. When they go low, you go high.
Except a flood of emails suggests that in private, her advisors like to tee off on everyone, from Catholics to Latinos and Southerners. And as another 2,000 hacked emails emerged today from John Podesta's Gmail account, we also learned about behind-the-scenes infighting and outright hostility within Clinton's own inner circle. When New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio praised Bernie Sanders during the Democratic primary and again hedged on his eventual endorsement of Clinton, campaign manager Robbie Mook lashed out, writing, quote, "Wow, what a terrorist." Clinton's communications director Jennifer Palmieri piled on, responding, "Told you so." And Podesta also set his sights on one of Clinton's other closest advisors, Sid Blumenthal. Podesta ripping Blumenthal to a friend. Sid is lost in his own web of conspiracies. I pay zero attention to what he says. Beyond the inside baseball, Clinton aides actually slammed various segments of the electorate, including progressives and other voters they need to turn out next month. Clinton advisors called supporters of Bernie Sanders self-righteous whiners. Podesta, meanwhile, fired off an email telling aide Huma Abedin that Clinton needed to reach out to some, quote, needy Latinos, like party leader Bill Richardson, all on top of Palmieri's email with anti-Catholic comments. and Clinton's own crack about half of Donald Trump supporters being a basket of deplorables.
This WikiLeaks stuff is unbelievable. It tells you the inner heart. You got to read it. And you got to maybe get it because they're not putting it out.
One person the Clinton camp appears to have good rapport with is Attorney General Loretta Lynch, who oversaw that nettlesome FBI investigation of Clinton's server that ultimately led to no charges. In the run-up to Lynch's confirmation hearings, Abedin boasted of Clinton's rapport with Lynch, telling Palmieri she knows Loretta. Not an extremely close relationship and don't remember last time they connected, but continued, regardless, definitely a cordial relationship. Yet in September 2015, Clinton staffers seemed to strike a negative tone on their own candidate. After an interview with NBC's Andrea Mitchell about the email server, some staffers expressed relief about Clinton doing better than they expected. In an email chain titled "She Rocked It," Palmieri wrote, "I actually cried a little bit with relief." Clinton advisor Neera Tanden followed up saying, "She didn't seem like a bitch in the interview."
Now, I'm not sure if that last expletive counts as locker room talk or not, but it's very interesting how these emails are showing Team Clinton dumping not just on Republicans, but calling Bernie Sanders folks self-righteous whiners just days after we heard that audio tape of Clinton at a fundraiser dismissing the Sanders diehards as baristas at Starbucks who live in their parents' basements. In the end, it doesn't seem to matter right now. She's still winning, Britt.
Well, she certainly is, but these glimpses are pretty fascinating.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
Here now with their reaction to the whole WikiLeaks dump is our nightly political panel. Byron York, chief political correspondent at the Washington Examiner, and Bill Kristol, editor of the Weekly Standard. Gentlemen, it seems from our poll that the reaction to the WikiLeaks matter is not hurting Hillary Clinton in anything like the same way that these recent revelations about Donald Trump have. What do you think about them, Bill?
Well, it's not clear why they should. I mean,
over the course of 2016, the WikiLeaks website has published at least 3 archives containing leaked emails from high-ranking Democrats, and 4 Democratic National Committee (DNC) staffers were eventually
17720. The email was from Sarah Latham, who is the chief of staff to the chairman, and she sent the email to the campaign chairman John Podesta on December 17th of 2015. Now, it was a simple cryptic reminder email, but in it, yes, one of the largest donors to the Hillary Victory Fund, which she writes is a slush fund where donors dump piles of cash that get contributed and distributed to campaigns, including the DNC. Now, in email number 17720, okay, write that down. As you know, it is illegal for a campaign and a super PAC to collude on any level. Well, now, Moreno uncovered through some of the astute investigators who are poring over the WikiLeaks, one of the biggest Democrat donors, whose name is Avi Glazer, will force her to stand trial. Amy Moreno for Truth Feed reports that the largest Democrat super PAC, named Priorities USA, has to date spent a total of $102 million fighting Republicans. $102 million. Now, it admitted the collusion between the super PAC and the campaign. One sentence, that's all it takes to do Hillary Clinton in. HRC, all right, HRC, this is the exact wording of the email. HRC stands for Hillary Rodham Clinton.